to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by the one and only Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. And by the way, don't forget the buy three, get one free deal from Yakima Bait and Fisherman's. If you want to target silvers going forward, this is a great way to save a little bit and get all the gear that you need from Fisherman's. But today, we got a lot of photos that we're going to be showing you. So if you've been sending those in the last couple of weeks, and for those that aren't familiar with how to send the photos over, we're going to show you that as well. But we got a bunch of photos to show you here in just a little bit. But this upcoming segment, it's our report segment. There's a few reports to share. It's getting a little thin just because of some of the options that are out there, but there's plenty of opportunity to chase silvers around right now and Chinook up and down the coast. So there's certainly places that you can be to be having some fun if you wish to be fishing. Now, it goes without saying, it's hunting season, and in about 2 weeks or so, it's like 13 days-ish, something like that, duck season starts. I mean, we got a lot to look forward to. And then, of course, the Columbia reopens on October 1 for the retention of coho. But today, with our special guest, which is going to be Bill Monroe Jr., from Bill Monroe Outdoors. He's actually down in Astoria with clients chasing silvers as we speak. And we're going to get a report from him, finding out what's going on there, how it's going, what he's seeing, and what he thinks might be making their way upriver. But after that, I want to talk with him a little bit about what might happen after October 1st on the Columbia, right? I mean, the big question is, are we going to be able to chase Chinook at all, or is it just going to be silvers? Now, we've played that game before in the past where they closed it all down, and it was just a silver fishery, and the vast majority of people out there were still catching Chinook, but you couldn't retain them. So it's a huge question for good reason. And we'll find out what Bill's thoughts are on that. And as you all know, or maybe if you don't, Bill is right in the middle of all these management decisions, at the meetings, the phone calls. I mean, he's got his thumb on the pulse of what's going on when you're talking about regs and opportunities and how they make their decisions and why they make their decisions. I mean, the process is very, very interesting at the very least. But we'll have that. River levels and fish counts and all that stuff, a couple of reports to share. And, of course, we're going to find out what this weather... It looks like there was a massive change since... I'm kidding. Since yesterday when we checked in with Peyton Major, we're going to find out what we can really expect this upcoming week. It looks like things are going to get wet, and that is a darn good thing. Doesn't matter if you're going to be hunting or fishing. This is a very good thing to see what we've got coming up this week. So very excited about that. In the tech tip today, the Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week. Yesterday, we had David Hawken in here from Hawken Fishing. We were talking about twitching jigs, how to fish them, presentation, technique, different sizes, colors, this and that, right? Well, one of the folks from our Facebook page was like, well, what about that tech tip that you had a long time ago about using a bead in front of a wiggler or a spinner for lockjawed silvers? And I love that one. It's literally one of the oldest tech tips that we shared here on GPS, like in 2010, 2011, or whatever it was. It was a gift from one of our viewers. And over the years, it's paid off for me several times. I said this earlier on a little Facebook post that I do prior to the show. It works 60-ish% of the time, maybe a little bit more than that. When you're in that situation, it doesn't matter if you're in a drift boat, a power boat, or on the bank. You've all seen it. When you're chasing silvers on a river somewhere and there are fish everywhere, but they just won't bite. It's one of the most frustrating things. It's almost as frustrating as the egg bite in Oregon City during spring Chinook when you don't have the right eggs. But it is a trick in that situation where you can sometimes get negative silvers to go, meaning to get them to bite. And it might, for some, seem like this is stupid. But I can honestly tell you that was actually my initial thought years and years and years ago. But it's actually worked in that situation. Fishing the exact same way. Haven't changed a thing, but adding one little piece to the puzzle. And we'll have that in that Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the week. And actually thinking about that last night after I saw that question, and then again this morning, there's a lot of silvers that are being caught right now with 360s, right? Now, they're just as lockjawed in the main stem of rivers as they are in tributaries in a lot of circumstances. This very well could be a technique that you could use behind a 360 as well. I haven't tried it, but it just seems to make sense. Again, when we get there, we'll talk a little bit about that. And again, that Chevy Silverado tech tip of the week. Then, for all of you that have been chasing pike minnow, we got your weekly numbers for you as well. And they've had an extension for the pike minnow reward program, meaning that you're going to get an additional 12 days at 7 different stations. So we'll have that for you as well for those that want to continue, because it was slated to end, I believe, today, but at the very least, or maybe it's the 30th. Either way, there's an extension on that. It's been a very successful year for the pike minnow program, so they want to just continue that because the success rates are still very, very high. So at the very least, we'll have that information for you as we get going. But let's go ahead and show you some of the photos. Oh, I can't forget. I'd love to hear from you. We got some time set up in this segment as well as the following segment to answer any questions, or if you got some comments or reports. And if you have a live report, you go to the front of the line. It's called the North American Metals Hotline. It's right down here, 503-548-6777. So don't be shy. Unfortunately, yesterday we had to turn some away, but we do have a little bit of time today to take those calls before we dive in to our tech tip and interview again with Bill Monroe Jr. But lots of photos to show you, so pay attention. You've been sending them in. You may see yourself here, especially if you sent them in 2-3 weeks ago-ish. It seems like that's where our rotation kind of is. Nice photo, nice fish. Just about ready to get filleted out, looks like. Right in the front yard. See, I love that. First Chinook. Dalen, congratulations on that. Nice fish, by the way. Look at that one, dime. And there's still some Chinook getting caught. You just got to be up and down the coast in the right areas. Interesting reports, though. It's just, and I mentioned it yesterday, interesting where it seems like things are better than others. But reports are very fickle, everyone, as you are well aware. Brother from Detroit, his first Columbia King. Yeah, look at that one. Maybe that'll... Well, don't tell anybody. When you go back to Detroit, you go back to Michigan, you got the Great Lakes, you got better fishing than we do. Just, if you can stay there. Just tell them to stay over there. Believe it or not, they have better salmon fishing than we do here in the Northwest, although there are fish. But that's a whole other discussion. I mean, hatcheries, I mean, they're just terrible. Cooper's Chinook, great photo. I love those photos. That's one that'll be hanging on a wall for sure. Put a kid in the photos. They're always going to end up on air. I promise you, everyone. Preston, thanks for sending that over. Dead zone salmon. What's going to happen after the first? Again, we'll find out more when we talk with Bill, what his thoughts are on that. But at the very least, October 1, if you do things correctly, you can find silver specifically in the dead zone. That's where I'll be spending my time prior to duck season kicking off. Father-daughter halibut trip. Look at that. I mean, yeah, if you want to make your combined body weights of halibut, that's how you do it. Good night. Rocky Point Resort. Up in Canada or Alaska? I didn't catch that. Girls' Day, Katie. Great photo again, by the way. 2 great Chinook. Look at the smiles on their faces. That's a beautiful area. Where the heck are they? That is really nice. Grandson's first salmon. Julie sent this over. Another great one. Yeah, and listen, along the coast, things can get very... October is the month for that fall Chinook fishery along the coast. Going into November, of course, depending on what the rains do. But you're going to start seeing a lot more of these coastal Chinooks like this one here, Jen's first Chinook. Kef, thanks for sending the photo. It's easy to do. Everyone will show you exactly how to do it. Pete Vogel, that's my daughter's soccer coach. Labor Day Ling, look at that. That's a dandy. I remember him telling me a story about how they did out there. Well done. Deliciousness. Vacation fish. Yeah, well, if you're going to go on vacation, catch a Chinook. Rod sent the photo over. It's simple to do. Even I can do it. We can show you exactly how. There's a couple of different ways to send photos over. The easiest way, though, we will start out with. First, salmon. Salmons. Salmon. Lots of them. Congrats. Looks like a quick double, or at least a limit there. It's the Fox 12 app. It's free. Download it when you do so. Follow along with everything here at Fox 12. And, of course, with us here at Outdoor GPS, it'll line you up on how to upload those photos and videos. And we want to see more videos. We get hundreds, literally, hundreds of photos and handfuls of video. We all know you're out there videoing stuff. Send some videos over. Just keep it clean, right? That's all we care about. We don't want to edit anything for you. It's Abby's, gps@abbys.com. Enter in to win each week. I'll have a chance to win that giant pizza. We actually got a couple of pizzas from Abby's yesterday. So by all means, if you can get them for free, why not? They're delicious. Matter of fact, I might even have some for breakfast this morning. Anyway, okay, so no calls that are hanging. What the heck? That's fine. This upcoming segment, we've got our field report, a couple of reports to share, rehashing a little bit from yesterday, but then, of course, fish counts, river levels, a couple of reminders as well, and we'll check in with Peyton Major and find out what this weather is going to really do this upcoming week, and it looks really, really good. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Outdoor GPS in just a minute.